The dead asleep, for where him businessa, belong this carpenter richt as he gessa, abund the carfew team or little more. For travel of his ghost he groaneth sore, and eft he rooteth for his head mislay. Doen of the land restalketh Nicolay, and alla soon full soft a doen she spedda, with uten war the små they gone to bedda. There as the carpenter is wont to lie. There was the revel and the melody, and thusleth Allison and Nicholas, in business of mirth and of solace, till that the bell of loudest gan to ring, and freres in the chancel gonna sing. This parish clerk, this amorous Absalon, that is for love always so woe begun, upon the Monday was it Osanea, with compagnie him to disport and play, and axed upon Casa cloister rare, full privily after John the carpenter, and he droeg him apart out of the church, and said, in noond, I saw him here not weertje, since Saturday, it true that he be went, for timber, there oor abbot hath him sent, for he is want for timber, far to go, and dwellen at the grange a day or two, or else he is at his house certain. Where that he be, I can not soothly say. This Absalon full jolly was and licht, and thochte, nu is time to wank al nicht, for sickerly I saw him not stirring, about his door, sin they began to spring. So mote he three the shall at cockes crew, full privily knock in at his window, that stand full low upon his boores wall. To Allison nu wall I tellen all, me love longing, for yet he shall not miss, that at the last away I shall her kiss. Some manner comfort shall I have parfait, me mouth hath itched all this long a day, that is a sign of kissing at the last. Al nicht me meant I was an the feest. Therefore he wall go sleep an uur or twee, and all the nicht that wall I wang and play. When that the firste kong hath crew unknown, uprist the jolly lover Absalon, and him a wraith gay at point devise. But first he cheweth grain and licorice, to smell and swain, he had a kemmed his hair. Under his tongue a true love he bear, for there be went he to ben grassy ooze. He roameth to the carpenter's house, and still he stand under the shot window, unto his breast it raucht it was so low, and soft he caucheth with the same me soon. What do ye, honeycomb, sweet Allison, me fair breed, me sweetest na me? A wanketh lemon mean, and spaketh to me, well little thinking ye upon me woe, that for your love is sweeter there I go. No wonder is toch that he swelled and swayed, I morn as do the lamb after the tent. I whistle man, I have a switch love longing, that licketh the true is me morning. I mean at it no more than a maid. Go through the window, Jack a fool, she said, as help me God, it will not be compa me. I love another, and else I wear to blam, will bet than they be Jesu Absalom. Go forth the way, or he will cast a stone, and let me sleep a 20 devil way. Alas, quod Absalom, and well away, that true love was ever so evil besent. Than a kiss me, sin it may be no bend, for Jesus' love, and for the love of me. Will to than go the way therewith, quod she. Ye certes lemon, quod this Absalom. Then maketh a redding, quod she, I come anon. And unto Nicholas she said still, no hust, and thou shalt lauchen all the fill. This Absalom done set him on his knees, and said, I am a lord at all the grace, for after this I hope there cometh more. Le man the grass, and sweet a breathe in oor. The window she undoeth, and that in hasta. Have a dog, quod she, come off, and spade they fasta, lest that oor Nechabor stay a spia. This Absalom gon weep his mouth full drear. Der kostet nicht das pinch or as the cola, and at the window, und she put her hola, and Absalom him fill no Bethany wears, but with his mouth he kissed her naked airs, for savorly he were war of this. A back he stirred, and thought it was amiss, for well he wist the woman hath no beard. He felt the thing all ruch and long haired, and said, Fie, alas, what have we do? Tee, quoth she, and clapped the window to, and Absalom guth forth the sorry pass. A bairn, quoth him the Nicholas, begodus corpus, this guth fair and well. The silly Absalom heard every dale, and on his lip he gan for anger binta, and to himself he said, I shall they quinta. Who rubbeth nu, who frotteth nu his lippes, with dust, with sand, with straw, with cloth, with chippes, but Absalom that saith full oft the lass, me soul be tacky unto Satanas, but me were levereth than all this tune, quod he, of this despeen thou roken for to pay. Alas, quod he, alas in he had he blent, his hoe to love was cold and only quaint, for through that time that he had kissed her heirs, of paramours he set them not a cares, for he was healed of his malady. Full oft the paramours he gan the fear, and wham must do the child that is a benta. A soft pass he went over the strata, until the smith men cleped down Gervais, that in his father smithed plough harness. He sharpeth shar and kultur beseli. This Absalom knocketh all easily, and said, Undo Gervais and that anon. What ho art thou? It am he Absalom. What Absalom for Christus sweat a tray, who rise ye so wrath e benedicite te. What aileth you? Some gay ger God it wond, hath brought you thus upon the very tond. Be sent a note, ye wot well what he mean. This Absalom ne rockte not a bane, of all his play, no word again he have. He had a more toe on his distaff than Gervais knew, and said, Friend so dear, that hold the culture in the chimney here, as lane it may, I have it therewith to done, and you will bring it thee again full son. Gervais answered, certes, were it gold, or in a poke nobles all untold, thou shouldest have, as I am true a smith. A Christus foe, what will ye do therewith? Thereof, quoth Absalom, be as be me, I shall well tell it thee tomorrow day, and caught the culture be the cold stale. Full soft out at the door he gan to steal, and went unto the carpenter's wall. He cocketh first and knocketh therewithal, upon the window, richt as he did air. This Alison and swearda, who was there that knocketh so, I warrant in the thief. When nay, quod he, God wot me sweet leaf, I am thin Absalom, me dear ling. Of gold, quod he, I have they bracht a ring. Me mother jaffet me, so God me sava, full fine it is, and thereto well grava. This wally gave thee, if thou me kissa. This Nicholas was risen for to pissa, and thought he will the menden all the jabba. He shall the kiss his heirs that is scabba. And up the window did he hastily, and out his hair she putteth privily, over the buttock to the haunch bone, and therewith spake this clerk, this Absalom. Spake sweet a breed, I knowed not where to arn. This Nicholas alone let fly afard, as great as it had been not understand, that with the stroke he was almost blent, and he was ready with his ear in hold, and Nicholas amid the airs he smooned. Of geeth the skin and handabrain the bunda, the haunte culture brende so his tunda, and for the smert he wende for to dia. As he were won, for woe he gan to cria, Help, water, water, help, for God's herta. This carpenter out of his slumber sterta, and heard on creen water as he were won, and thought, alas, nu cometh no well as flown. He set him up without and war the små, and with his axe he smote the cord at twa, and doon gaeth all, he found nae there to sell, nae bread nae ale, till he came to the cell, upon the floor, and there a swoon he lay. Upsteert hier Allison and Nicolay, and Creeden and Haru in the strenta. The Nechabors, both small and great, in runnen for to gauren on this man, that yet a swoon lay, both a pal and one, for with the fall he brosten had his arm. But stond he most unto his own harm, for when he spank he was unknown bore doon, with hen the Nicholas and Allison. They told in every man that he was wound, he was a gast so often a well as flowed, through fantasy that of his vanity, he had bocht him kneding to bestray, and had him hanged in the roof above, and that he prayed him for God's love, to sit him in the roof bar compagnia. The folk gan lauchen at his fantasy, into the roof they kicken and they campa, and turned all his harm unto a jampa. For what so that this carpenter al swearda, it was for naught, no man his reason hearda. With oath his great he was so sworn doon, that he was held a wold in all the toon. For every clerk a nonricht held with other. They said, the man is wold, me leve a brother, and every wicht gan lauchen at this strive. The sweeve it was this carpenter a sweeve, for all his caping and his jealousy, and Absalom hath kissed her nae their ear, and Nicholas is scalded in the tunta. The stall is done, and gods have all the runta.